Hi everyone, Marianne Cowan here from Pinery Paper Crafts. I am using a new streaming software, so I'm hoping it's working okay. I did a little test run and it seemed to be working okay. So this is my series on From This to This, where I take a favorite card design from 2025 and I recreate it using new designer series paper from the upcoming mini catalog. So there's a new catalog coming up in January, on January 6th. And also there are new online exclusives coming as well. So what I've done is I've taken a card design that I really loved from 2025 and I'm recreating it using different paper. So today I'm using paper that one of them is currently available, but it is carrying over. And then the other one is a new paper that I'm going to show you, and we'll make a card with that one as well. All right, so I'm going to vanish from the screen and we'll just be using the screen. All right, so this is the card design that I made in 2025, and I absolutely loved this vellum. So the idea behind this card was that you could see a little bit through the vellum at each opening, and then you ended up in the inside with a place to write your message. I just love, love, love vellum, and to have vellum like this, pretty amazing. So we're going to recreate it using the Delicate Pines paper, actually. And I even am going to, let's do this now because I'm going to forget to do it. I even am going to decorate my envelope. Now I didn't check my glue, so I hope it's working. Making sure I've got everything plugged in properly. All right, I can see one person is watching. If you're watching, leave a message so I will know that this is working properly. And welcome. If you're watching the replay, thank you. Okay, so I have a piece of paper. This was my favorite pattern, and I've actually used most of it up. So we're just going to snip around, and then we have a beautiful decorated envelope, and I did stamp one of the snowflakes on the front. So this whole suite of products is carrying over, and if you see it on the last chance list, the bundle, it's because the bundle only goes through to the when it's first released, and then when it carries over to a new catalog, you don't get the bundle pricing. But that's okay because it's so beautiful. So here we have our card base, and the card base is, I'll just put this like here. So it's the normal 5.5, but you cut it down to 6 1/4. And then you score it at 1 inch and 5 1/4, or if you want just 1 inch at both ends. It is important to give it a good score so that it lies flat enough for you to put it together. I'll leave that here because I'll need it again. So here's our envelope over there. Get this one out of the way. Okay, so I didn't have all of those different kinds of vellum that I had before, so I am using something a little bit different. I did have this one, the 3D Falling Snow, I want to say, embossing folder. It is no longer available, but a lot of you have it, though. This is cut down to 3 by 5 1/4, and I'm going to just put a little bit down here. And what you want to do is make sure that it only goes not quite to the edge here, because you want the other piece to be able to fold on top of it. And don't worry that you can see that because we're covering that up with this piece. So these are 7/8 by 5 1/4. And so that's going to go right here. On the original one, it was embossed. But for this one, the paper is so beautiful that we just have to use the paper. So now we're going to open it up. And I don't have another embossed piece for here. So we're going to use this one. And again, we're going to just glue it down the edge. And I think it'll still look pretty because the embossed piece will be on the front, and then you'll be able to kind of see through to this piece. What we want to do for this piece is line it up so that it, see how I have it too low here? And it might be too late to adjust it. Maybe not. So you want to see if you can get it to line up at the top and the bottom. Hey, that's pretty good. All right, so now we're going to take, again, a little piece, 7/8 by 5 1/4. And that will go right like that. If you're watching, put a comment in so I'll know if I can see your comments. Okay, so now we have this, goes to that. Yeah, I think that looks pretty. And then for the inside piece, I have these two pieces to put on either side of this piece. I'm not sure if I like that or not. To be honest, I didn't have enough of just the snowflakes to do it the whole way across. Now again, I may regret doing this. Before I put it down too much, I want to make sure again that it's in line with the one at the top. So it needed to come up just a little bit. Then we'll do this one. And we're doing this one as a New Year's, Happy New Year's card. Thought that was fitting. I don't know what it's doing out right now, but we've had freezing rain, we've had snow, we've had everything you can imagine. This is another new embossing folder. It's got stripes and little dots. It's beautiful. And it was possibly going to be used here, but I decided against it. Now, I have all these things from the Delicate Pines the Delicate Pines. I'm trying to remember which way I had it. The Delicate Pines stamp set. So we've got this, and we've got Happy New Year. This is from a new stamp set coming out. It's got greetings for all occasions. It's awesome. So I do believe I was going to put one snowflake here. I think just like that. Let's add to this one. I did cut out some vellum. I love this stamp set because it has all these little pieces that you can layer up your snowflake with. You can do them on top, you can do them on the bottom. Let's do them on top. And I found it's easiest to add these with glue dots. So they do have a little spot in the middle so you know exactly where to put it. So I'm going to add a glue dot and I'm going to offset it. You can see here there's one snowflake that looks like it's missing its dendrite. So let's do it there. That's pretty. I'm so glad that vellum is back. I love vellum. And with some of the new embossing folders, it really embosses beautifully. Now that one I just showed you with the stripes, I did try to emboss it the other day, and where all the lines were, it did tear. So you have to check the folder to see if it's going to work. All right, here's another one. So we'll just offset them. You can see how I'm putting them where the dendrite is missing. Did you know it's called a dendrite? I actually looked it up. And I'm going to put this on with a glue dot, and it's going to go in the middle of this layer. And then on the front, we have our sentiment piece, and then our sentiment, which is New Year. We're going to put this on as well. And for this one, I'm just going to use a couple of little sprigs of this snowflake. Not going to do the whole thing. I don't know why, just decided not to. And I'm going to put it behind. So I can put a little bit of glue on this one, I think. Let's try. I think that's going to work. Put a little bit of glue on this one. Not too much, just needs a smidgen. Very technical term. Now this one I can pop up, but I'm going to just glue this piece down to the garden green is the color I've used. And we'll pull this back in. So we want this to cover this snowflake, so it's all a surprise. And we will pop this one up with dimensionals. Is anyone else in the craft room today? We've had pretty nasty weather here the last couple of days, although it's quite mild out today, which means it's raining, stuff is melting, then it's going to flash freeze. So, winter in Ottawa. It's just how we roll. Okay, so this one is a bit big, so I need a little one. Let's try that. So I do want to center that. And I'm going to put that right on top. And then I just, from the same stamp set, it's got happy, and it's got birthday, New Year's, it's got everything you can think of. So I'm just going to add happy right there. Just a little tiny bit of glue. And then our second one is going to be more of a Valentine's theme. All right. Put this back so I don't forget. I will post these. I did a blog post of some, oh, look what we forgot. So this is the inside, and I did stamp full strength and off. I believe that was shaded spruce. We definitely need an inside to our card. I started it, but I didn't finish it. All right. And that should be good to go. So there we have our envelope and our card. Happy New Year. So there we go. Obviously, you could put a little gem in there if you have one that you want to put in. But the card is already pretty thick, so you have to decide if you want to do that or not. All right, so Happy New Year. Delicate Pines, Designer Series paper. So for our next card, so there's from this to this. Our next one is going to feature several new products coming out. One of them is Hearts of Love 3D embossing folder. You can see how pretty it is. And it embosses really nicely. And then all in a row embossing folder. It's got little stripes, dots, and flowers. I love this one. It's an online exclusive, Yellow Dot online exclusive. This one is part of the new catalog. This one I've used a lot, actually. It's really, really pretty. The paper we're using is called Love Notes 6x6 Mix and Match Designer Series paper. You get 48 pieces, and there are 6 different designs, and you get 8 of each. So if you're someone that makes a lot of Valentine's Day cards, you're going to love this paper. So let me just show you what the paper is. So there's this side, which we've used, and then it's really fun. And it looks like it's watercolor, like whitewashed. And then it's got these cute little sentiments. But if you flip it over, it just has the pictures without the sentiments. Because maybe you don't want to tell somebody that we just click. You really can't tell that to everybody. So on the other side, you can add whatever you want. There's some more little ones. These will make cute little 3x3 cards or little note cards. That's really pretty. And that one kind of coordinates with this purple, I would say. That would be really cute together. And then this one, we're actually going to use these two. And then that one, I love that one as well. This one's really pretty. I have used that in the seasonal sampler class, has one using that. And then a nice blue. And I don't think it's balmy blue. You know, I think it's Pacific Point. Oh no, Azure Afternoon. That's not a color that shows up in a lot of the papers. So great little stack of paper. So we're going to do the same thing. Recreate a different card. I don't have an envelope and everything for this one because I actually just designed it before I came on. So again, give it a good crease. So here we have, I'm just going to show you the 3D hearts. And then here we have the, I already forget what it's called, all in a row. So those two embossed pieces we're going to use, and then some other pieces. So again, we're going to, let's start at the inside. This one is more simple. We're just going to cut this. Now, I was trying to cut the same amount off each side, but obviously my math was wrong. And you could use that side as well. No, I'm just going to go with what I first thought of using, which is this one. All right, but I'll put my mistake on the bottom so nobody knows, except all you people watching. So now let's go backwards this time. So let's put this, so we only want to go as far as 5 1/4. And we want it to go all the way. And I think I put my glue a little too close to the edge. And if you have a glue eraser, like I do right here, you just erase that. And if you order one of my sticky packs, you will get a glue eraser. I like to add little bonuses to my sticky pack, and that's an adhesive pack, in case you're wondering. So then I have some of the Designer Series paper. And we're going to add that here. You can go as close to the edge as you want. I'm just going to do it like this. All right, now we're going to put this piece on, and I'm not going to put it quite so close to the edge, although it has to be kind of close. So this one, I'm using this one as my guide. Whoops, that's upside down. Whoopsie. I know what I did. See, when I pulled it over, I spread all the glue around. Okay, there we go. And now we'll add our little strip. I'm realizing now I did not even cut out anything for the front. So we've got that, and let's just put this. I did trim it. And you could look in the paper pack and pick something else as well. Sending hugs, let's pop that up. There's lots of, in the dies, there are lots of dies that you could use. There's hearts, and there's little arrows, little X's and O's, all kinds of cute things. But as I said, I just designed this just before we popped on live. So I'm not sure if I didn't really think it all through. All right, so there we have Sending Hugs with the 2 layers of vellum, which was kind of the theme we were going for, because this original one started with 2 layers of vellum. And then we have our Delicate Pines. So do you have a favorite? They're both very different, really. Just get some of this stuff out of the way. Also, for the part of this suite, there are these adorable loose Valentine assortments for shaker cards. But if you had a lot of patience, you could take your Take-A-Pic tool and glue some of these onto the front. Maybe, not sure. Okay, from this to this to this. Do you have a favorite? All right, I'll just come back. All right, so thanks for joining me today. I hope that you're going to take some of your designs from 2025. Remember, you don't have to recreate the wheel all the time. So take some of your favorite designs from 2025 and use some different papers or some of the new papers that are coming out in the new mini January to April catalog or the new online exclusives, all coming available to customers on January 6th. So thanks for joining me today. Hopefully this streamed to my Facebook group, I'm hoping. And I do appreciate it if you like or share my video. And if you're watching the replay on YouTube, I invite you to subscribe to my channel and hit that notification button so that you'll know the next time I go live. Thanks, everyone, and I hope you get time in your craft room today. Have a great day.